welcome everybody to this webinar. Thank you for being with us. Today's topic, we are going to introduce the newest syllabus in the ISTQB family of certification, the ISTQB testing with generative AI, the version 1.0, the first one. We have worked in less than a year to produce this new syllabus, and I wanted as a starting point to introduce why this syllabus came to light. Why did we develop it? So we are going to introduce the context. We are going also to see how it links to the ISTQB ecosystem, how it links to other syllabi in the ISTQB certification schemes. And then we are going to speak a little bit of the new ways of learning with ISTQB that we introduced in this syllabus. It's not really totally new, but we are going to see how the practical way of learning is pushed in this syllabus. So let's start with why testing with generative AI. Why did we want to push this new syllabus in ISTQB family? Over the last years, of course, this is not something new to everybody. We have seen a lot of investment in artificial intelligence and in generative AI particularly, but we see that the amount of investment globally is massive. Actually, it's really huge investments that are being made, and those investments are not for a particular field and we can see that the number of patents related, for example, in this picture related to artificial intelligence, spans across all the different industries, whether it be security, finance, energy, transportation, telecommunication. Really, all of the industrial sectors are part of this huge push towards artificial intelligence. Also, the private investment. So we have more and more companies investing in artificial intelligence, and this investment reflects on the positions, the jobs that are in the market today offered for artificial intelligence. We have a surge in artificial intelligence jobs in the current market today. Of course, this surge or this demand for artificial intelligence is changing the perception that we have. For example, if we look on a mean scale on the AI impacts on society, we see that from 2019, for example, to 2021, we have a positive trend. So some countries, of course, see that the AI will mostly harm, but not all of them. So those are the exceptions to the rule. But globally, we see people seeing the advantages, seeing that AI will help, and this is non-different in the jobs of software testing jobs. Artificial intelligence, and more particularly generative artificial intelligence, is seen as a big advantage and will mostly help in our day-to-day life. So that's why we introduced this this new syllabus. It's composed of 5 chapters. We wanted to give a foundation level type of syllabus, so it's accessible to anyone without prior knowledge. Of course, we will speak about the requirements a little bit further on, but I can give you a small spoiler alert that we require the foundation level, the certified tester foundation level, the latest one, version 4.0 for the ISTQB, in order to pass the certification exam. But the idea behind the syllabus is we wanted to give really a foundation level to generative AI. We start with an introduction, generally, just to explain what is generative AI, what's the background behind the generative AI, the key concepts, basically. And then we delve into how do we use it, not particularly in one field. So we are not really focusing on one specialized tester. So we're not focused on automation tester or test analysis. We speak generally, globally, how can any tester use generative AI to the task that he is conducting. Also, maybe I hope it's not a surprise that there are risks involved in using generative AI. And in this syllabus, we really focus on, first of all, identifying those risks. What are the risks that you can find while using generative AI, and how do I take care of them? Basically, that's the third chapter of the syllabus. Then, once you know what is generative AI in general, how to use it, basically, we are going to speak about prompt engineering, and then you have learned what are the risks, so identifying the risk, managing them. We want also to have, we have the last two chapters, which are here to give you an idea on how you can use that in your testing workflow, whether it be the normal usage without integrating it in a continuous integration, continuous deployment field, or with the continuous integration and development workflow. And yes, of course, so the last chapter is to give a little bit of a roadmap of how you can do all those things together. So I will not spoil anymore the syllabus. I really encourage you to go to the ISTQB website, download it, and read the syllabus to learn more and see more details about it. Now I want to speak a little bit on how it links with other syllabi in the ISTQB ecosystem. We have in the ISTQB a syllabus about Certified Tester Artificial Intelligence, so CT-AI, which is the syllabus speaking about how do I test an AI model, how to test the AI. But in this syllabus, you have one part which speaks, so the last chapter, it's a really big syllabus with 11 chapters, but the last chapter speaks about using AI for testing. And based on that, we have links between this syllabus and our syllabus, because we are really focused on using AI for testing, so testing with generative AI, and we have a tight link with this last chapter of CT-AI. And other links, we could take the example of the latest test automation engineer syllabus, the version 2.0. You have inside this new version of the syllabus, we have references of using artificial intelligence, for example, for test automation. How do we, for example, automate the analysis of logs? And this link, for example, in section 6.1.3 of the latest test automation engineer syllabus, makes a link to chapter 11, actually, of the CT-AI in using AI for testing. That's the link, and we want to expand on that. You have other parts, other links in section 8, for example, on how to improve the test automation project, section 8.1.1 of the test automation engineer, where it makes a link on how do we use artificial intelligence to support testing and test automation in particular. And we have also expanded on that topic in our new syllabus on how you can use that for test automation. And we also have parts about agentic AI, where you have AI basically executing and reporting the tests for you. So, if you want to know more about the syllabus, the idea, so as explained, we are not testing a model. We are explaining how to use models, not one in particular, but we're explaining how to use generative AI for testing. So the application of generative AI is the main focus here. We of course have a little bit of explanation on how it works in the backend, but we don't go deeper than foundation level, just to understand on a basic level. And our idea was also not to have deep understanding on how the AI, but deep understanding on how to use it. And if we want to learn how to use it, that's why we introduced in the syllabus a big focus on hands-on learning. We include 24 practical exercises in the syllabus in order to really learn by applying. That's the main idea of the syllabus. In the idea of changing the way we learn new technologies, especially with generative AI. It's the best way to learn it is really to get into it and do manual exercises. Though the GenAI, so CT-GenAI Certified Tester Generative AI, we introduce more than 50% of the content of the time being hands-on. So we are really focusing on practicing more than theoretical knowledge. It's just 2 days of training. It's really not that long. So it's not a marathon. It's really a sprint. It's a lot of hands-on. It's high energy, high impact. Time passes really quick. But the idea is really to deliver the knowledge by applying more than just reading. That's why we can confidently say that we can deliver the knowledge in such a short of time, because you are applying the knowledge directly in order to learn it. For who this syllabus is, basically, we are not targeting any specific persona. We're targeting really everyone, anyone who needs to get, in quotes, so anyone who needs to understand, anyone who needs to apply, anyone who needs to speak about generative AI, use it, understand it, or maybe have a little bit more knowledge on how he can increase the efficiency and efficacy of his testing process. This is the syllabus to go for. We are not really specifically targeting any persona in particular. It is accessible to anyone. There's no real knowledge that we are requiring before, but just of course, the foundation level, because you need to understand a little bit of the test. What is a test? How do you test the test activities? That's basically the basic knowledge that we are requesting. So, speaking about that, so for the certification exam that we are proposing as a 2-day training, so a syllabus which requires a training for 2 days minimum. We went with the classical exam structure of 40 questions for the ISTQB. It's multiple choice questions. We require 65% score in order to pass the exam. So total points of the exam is 46. You have questions for 2 points, which are the higher level questions, and then the rest of the questions are 1 point. The exam length is 60 minutes with the typical ISTQB time format, where we give 25% more time for people which are not native to the language of the exam they are passing. But the only requirement to pass the certification exam is having obtained the certification for Certified Tester Foundation level. As you all know, generative AI and artificial intelligence is moving quite quickly, and generative AI moves really fast, and we want to assure you that we are moving fast along with it. We will be releasing a yearly update of this syllabus, so minor updates every year in order to catch up and not stay behind on this technology moving that fast. We always have new technologies, new ways of doing. It's really still a technology which is really early. If you see that, it's like for the 3-4 past years, which it's beginning to be widely adopted, and we understand that syllabus which is not updated and will be quite quickly out of date. So that's why we are engaged in providing an update yearly to the syllabus to keep you up to date with the latest advancements. And basically that's it. So for this quite quick introduction about the ISTQB, and if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.